subcontractors, and welcome to the QC Collective. My name's Renee.
And my name's Greg.
And we are really excited to have you here because if you're watching this, that means that you have decided to take the first step into learning your quality control requirements on federal projects, which means one of few things. Either you are thinking about getting into federal work and you are ahead of the pack and you have figured out that there's going to be quality control requirements and you want to learn what they are before you jump into the deep end, which is amazing if you fall into this pool. But more than likely, you have either suffered through a federal project or you're on one right now and you've got a general contractor asking you for an awful lot of requirements.
Wondering, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to participate in this? I'm not the quality control manager on the project. I'm just a subcontractor. I was just hired to install these things. Well, like Renee had said, there's a lot there, and we want you guys to be up to speed with what's required.
If you guys don't succeed on a project, the project doesn't succeed. And by succeed, we mean make money. So the quicker that your team learns their QC requirements on a typical federal project, then the more profitable you're going to be. And the easier it's going to be for you to estimate when you do your next one. And that is why we're really excited to talk to you today about our ebook, How to Be Successful in Quality Control as a Subcontractor. And I've got a printed out copy here, but right now we're really only providing ebooks, but I wanted to show you the printed out copy for a reason. I personally have bought an awful lot of ebooks off of the internet, and you get it, and it's 1 to 10 pages of fluff, and there's no meat in it, and it doesn't help you at all. And that is absolutely not
so much
what our ebook
in
is
this.
at all. So in this, we're going to talk about QC 101 for subcontractors. We're going to go through submittal for subcontractors and go through your requirements, how to properly put it together, how to ensure that your submittals are going to cover you, especially when it comes to variances. A lot of times designers are going to design things out of a book that either are not available, they're not even something being built anymore, you just can't get that package together. I know, big surprise. Make your O face, a designer that would do that. So a lot of times you guys have got to submit variances. And so we go through how to properly do that to cover you. We're going to talk about as-builts and how to keep those up. We're going to talk through closeout and closeout requirements. And there's an awful lot of them. And you guys, it doesn't matter whether you're providing blinds or your mechanical sub, electrical sub, doesn't matter. You're going to have a full gambit of closeout. You're going to have owner training. You're going to have warranties. You're going to have spare parts. You're going to have O&M manuals. Dreaded O&M manuals.
Yes, lots of O&M manuals.
A lot of money associated with putting O&M manuals together. So we're going to walk through how to do that quickly and cost effectively so that you guys can get them through the first time. The more resubmittals you have to do, that's more time. That's more money out of your pocket. They were also going to discuss red zone in here. So if you've heard that term, that means you've probably done a really heavy federal project or a Corps Engineers project. And subs do have some responsibility during red zone. So we're going to walk through that. And we're also going to talk through commissioning for subcontractors. It's really important that you understand what your role is in the commissioning process. The quicker you guys know your roles, the quicker you're going to know whether what the GC is asking you is a contractual requirement or not. We're going to talk through that in our ebook here. It's going to have all the goodies. So ultimately, this is going to let you know whether the QC is asking for something that they should, whether they're not, whether the QC is doing their job or they're not, which is costing you and your team money. So this is going to teach you all of your QC requirements on a construction federal project.
So there's two aspects to quality control. There's quality control in the field by your field staff, and then there's quality control in regards to admin. So if you're a larger subcontracting company, you might have admins in-house that are taking care of submittals and your O&M manuals and your as-builts. If you're a smaller subcontracting firm, your guys in the field might be doing all the paperwork, and so if they've got to redo paperwork, then they're not in the field. And if they're having issues in the field on quality control, then they're not keeping up your as-builts. And working forward on the project on O&Ms and warranties. So
right, that's a very good point. This
yeah.
is not teaching your guys how to check your own work. That would take us millions of hours because every sub is different. So this is not going to go through welding inspections. This is not going to go through electrical inspections. This is going to touch on QC requirements when it comes to the admin side, when it comes to your meetings, when it comes to your submittals, when it comes to your paperwork, everything you've got to shuffle to the general contractor, which is a contractual requirement. And it's going to hold up the general contractor's money, and in turn, they can't hold your money. And that's what we don't want. We want the money to flow. We want everyone to be successful. We want everyone to make a profit. And that was the whole purpose of Greg and I putting this together. We've been in the industry for several decades. Don't want to date ourselves too much. This lighting probably does that already. So we've been doing this for quite a while, and we train all of our subcontractors on QC requirements because we really institute from the top down the need for subs to succeed. We want them to be successful. This is not an arm wrestle match between the GC and the subs. If we're not a team and you guys don't succeed, then we're all going to fail.
That's right. So the general contractors, if they're really savvy, and a lot of them are becoming that way, the larger general contractors that do a lot of federal work, they're going to tie you back to Division 1 plus your specification sections. And that's how they get you. I mean, it really is to the QC requirements. And this does not talk about Division 1, but it gives you a really good head start on how to tackle all the things that they're going to be wanting.
Yes.
And bottom line is once you become proficient in the QC requirements, it makes you more valuable to the general contractor.
Nice. And then they want to use
They
you.
want to keep using you. That's absolutely right. You're less hassle for their QCs and their project team, which makes you more valuable.
Yes.
And
time is money,
time
right?
is money.
And so your number at bid day may not be the lowest, but I'm telling you, after owning my own general contracting firm for many years and being very successful at that it's not always the low and the high, right? If you've got a middle sub that's tried and true, that you know understands this, that's going to make it easy for your team, you're going to take their number and you're going to run with it every single time. So this is about making you valuable.
Yes, we're really excited.
Yes.
We really appreciate you guys taking time to watch this video. And
Absolutely.
please, this
Grab
book
this. It's under $30.
It's cheap, guys. It's cheap.
A couple
$30.
Starbucks coffees or stops at the gas station for the little Juan burritos. It's right here, guys. So just grab it, use it. It's conversational format. So it's literally Greg and I talking to you just like this. Grab a cup of coffee or whatever your morning drink of choice is. I'm not going to tell anybody what's in your cup. Grab your
Download it.
Yeah,
play
grab
it
your
in
favorite
car.
cup, play it in your car. Just take advantage of
It's
it.
worth it. It's worth it.
Yes.
Less than $30 to save yourself headaches and thousands of dollars.
And we wish you all success.
Take care.